What is going on, guys? Today we are back at the Mazda garage, back from the Mazda house, and we are at the Mazda garage. Woo! So today what we're going to be doing is the short shifter on the NA Mazda 3s. I've done this like 4 years ago on my other Mazda 3. Now the time has come to do it on the beater Mazda 3. And well, you guys, if you guys watch my 15-inch shift knob video, you guys, well, why do you want a short? Well, the thing is, when you got 15-inch shift knob, like big boy, this is mandatory. But it's funny because I switched to a smaller shift knob for this video and it just already feels shorter. Anyways, today let's go ahead and unbox this. The short shifter off of eBay, and this is literally the only place you can get them, and I don't think they're branded. I think a bunch of people just make them, and they're kind of starting to go extinct a little bit. Like this guy I bought them from, literally it only had a couple left, but the whole package is here, as you guys can see. The short shifter. Let's go ahead and open this bitty up. Okay, look at that. Ooh, baby. So, included with the short shifter, you also get solid shift bushings right here. And then if we go in further, we can pull out the actual short shifter in chrome and blue. But with that being said, these are our two main pieces here. This shifter is designed to give us a 40% shorter throw, they say. And we're gonna be testing that out, like I said, in the beater. If you guys watch my stuff religiously, you guys know I always have to take a deucer when I go to the shop. And when I was down at the Mazda house, my dad had bought Wish for me. It's a little skeleton on a toilet with a stogie having a little smoky. You know, you gotta let that doozy go down pretty easy, you know what I'm saying? It's been so cold here this week. It's been -20 all week. It's -14 today, but it was so cold when I came in the shop. I turned the lights on and the lights here already have issues. None of them turned on. A lot of the next content's gonna be the Mazda Sweep 3. We're gonna get that ready to do all the parts on that. And we actually picked up a colored fender. Let's go ahead and jump straight into this. So as you guys can see, we hop in here. My 15-inch, I took that off and I put on the little boy. We can throw it into first. You guys know how long the throw is in these. It's actually not horrible. And we're hoping to cut that down by 40%. So take off your shift knob, open this piece up, take that and kind of give it a little pry forward, pop it up, take that piece off, and then you can take the shift boot piece off as well. And now that we're done here, we gotta take the two Phillips out of here, and then we have to take this whole compartment out too, but it's actually not that hard, so don't fret. So we hop in the whip, we're gonna go ahead and take our Phillips and undo these two screws right here. Once that's out, you can go ahead, take your fingers, put them under here, and this whole compartment will pop out. We got two bolts. So we have one right here and one right here. And then like I said, in here, you got one right here and then right there. So you got 4 bolts in total. These are 8mm. And now we should be good to go. So we give this a little yank. You guys can see it literally just slides right out, just like that. And then this whole thing just slides right out. And look at that. This is essential because you have to deal with the cables that go into the base. So with that being said, now we can work with the cables. So the 2 cables that connect to the base, we have to remove these, which I suggest using a flathead. Give it a pry off, just like that. So for the cables that sit down here, we have a bit bigger of a flathead. We're gonna go in and basically pry them up, slide in. So that one's out. And then we can do this one. You guys can see both of those are out, which now both cables are out. Remember which one goes which. This is left side, this is top side. Obviously you guys can see your shifter is just free floating here. So with that being said, now we can work on the base. Now the base has 4 10mm bolts. We're gonna go ahead and remove all 4 of these. And now since they're all removed, this will come up. If you give it some wiggle, and this base will come right out. And now what I will suggest before we go any further, vacuum in here because it will just feel a lot cleaner. There's a lot of gunk and stuff in here, but this is all out. Now we can work on the shifter base. All right, gentlemen, so now we're on to the difficult part here. I'm gonna grab some gloves because I remember I cut my hands quite a bit when I was doing this. The first objective here, we got nature's butt gloves. This piece has to come out. of the base, which is held in by this like little clip. So if I get all of these out, I believe this just slides right out. And that just slides right out just like that, and don't lose that. We're gonna need that, so we'll put that to the side, this to the side as well. Now we're here. You guys got this little white knob. You're gonna have to pry that off too. So there's the spring. The spring's the worst part about this whole situation. There's two sides of the spring. There's one side right here, and there's one that goes under the bottom, and we have to pry these up. So again, we're gonna take something to give this a little bit of a pry action here. And that will shoot out just like that. And now the whole thing is open. So now we have to do some clips. Now this part's a little difficult. So you basically, there's like little tabs in here. There's 1 tab, 2 tab, and 3 tab, and you have to do them all at the same time. So I gotta push, push, push. So here I got this all set up. I'm gonna push with my body. And now I need like, oh, it looks like I clipped that up. There we go. With my stomach, had 2 in, and I could kind of clip 1 up, let a hand go, but we're all in now. So now kind of remember how this is set up, right? So this is set up, it sits in like this. The shifter sits off to the left side. So we're gonna go ahead and pop this off with some brute force. So now that's all done, and now we can start assembling our new shifter. And we don't need anything else from that. So it's basically straightforward. We do need some grease and put it onto the new one. So we wanna hit up pretty much this whole area to make this work. Okay, so now that we have that all set up, we can go ahead and pretty much put this back together. So first thing we want to do is go ahead and just send this in here. If you guys can move it around, it should be able to move around quite freely if you put enough lube on it, because remember this is plastic. We have that. Now we can go ahead and put it back in. Now we can fight our spring. Basically these 2 sides have to come across each other and hook on either end. Pain in the ass you guys will ever deal with. So really what I can suggest is do one side. We should probably actually keep this white knob off for now. So hook up one side, and now we're gonna try our best. Bring the other side around. This, because remember this spring is gonna try and come off of here. And there we go. We can take this piece, that we just took off, slide this through, and that little white knob right here, this has to go in. So give it a good push. Now once that's done, now we have to pry these little things back in. This part's gonna be fun. Ow! So it's all in there, and it's ready to go. You guys can take these out, and then take the rubber out as well. And now all your shifter bushings are out, and then here we have the new ones, and these literally, they don't sit into place like the old ones did, but they do sit onto the base, which makes it more solid. Okay, so we're in the car. Here we have the base, and we have all our shifter bushings out of the packaging, as well as the washers that were included, because you're gonna need them now. So the bushings actually sit on the bare metal underneath the base. Keeps it into place just like that. The washer goes on top, and you send your bolt through. So they're all in place here. We can go ahead and kind of lay them down. Is hand thread your bolts in, so you don't strip them. Okay, they've all been hand threaded. Now they're all in place. So what I'm gonna go do is tighten them all down in a crisscross pattern. Give them a good, maybe a half turn. Get to put the cables back in. Now, if you guys remember down here where the cables hooked into the base, you're gonna have to put them back in. So they just slide right in. You just push them back down, push that one down, make sure they click. They do click, and now those are in too. Which means you can go ahead, push your cables back on, and there you go. Now all your cables are on. And we're gonna throw this back on. Okay, now that's in. We can go ahead and put the shift boot back on. Pop these back in, just like that. We hop in here, take a look, and it honestly, like when you go and grab it, it does feel a little bit more natural. Like it feels more driver oriented, but this is where my leg is. This is neutral. If I push it over, I'm pretty much like, if I'm in first, it's unfortunate that they have to make them like this with the only ones being like this anymore. And this is how it's gonna be. So there you guys have it, short throw shifter. But let's go ahead and try out the shifter. So go ahead and try this out. Oh, that does feel a lot shorter when you're actually driving. Oh, that is, wow, that is actually a lot shorter. This whole design of having it face the you know, towards me is actually not that bad. That is actually really short. Oh yeah, that is a lot shorter. Wow. And with that being said, guys, I'm more than happy with how that turned out. Anyways, guys, that's the video for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to hit that subscribe button, leave a like on the video, and comment down below. If you guys have any questions or comments about today's install, let me know. I think that was excellent for 50 bucks. Why not? I'll leave the link in the description to one of the listings. The listings do kind of disappear once in a while. Like I said, it's kind of like a limited quantity right now. So to grab one, and the link's I'll put a link, and if that link dies, just go on eBay, search up Mazda 3 short shifter, and you guys will find one for your ear. But keep it real. I'll see y'all in the next one when we start to work on the Mazda speed.